What's up?
What up, Nate? How are you?
Can you see me? I can't even see myself.
No, I can't see you.
Hold on. Oh, here we go. Boom. There I am. Cool. My bad. I was in the studio. I got lost track of time. I was making a song and I was like, oh shit, it's past 3.
I'm sorry. I was supposed to meet up with you yesterday, but I had a dental incident.
Oh, you good? No worries.
Yeah, it would have been fun because at first it was, hey, we're gonna let's push it back till 2. That's what I said. But imagine, like, I couldn't even move my whole mouth. I couldn't talk. So that would have been a fucking awesome interview if we would have done that.
Right? No, I remember when I had my wisdom teeth out, man, I couldn't do anything for like 3 days, you know?
Yeah.
Which was crazy.
It is. Well, man, we're here to talk about Appetite, the new song, new video.
Yeah, let me pop in my car because
Okay.
I just the light and I won't have all this noise around me. All right, all right, let's get it.
So we're here to talk about Appetite, the new video, sexy video,
Sexy,
very
yes.
creative. Talk to me about it.
Man, so me and my boy Nick Furlong, we put that song together, and he's just a phenomenal artist, producer, songwriter, and him and I just put that whole structure together, and we work super well together. And when we first started the song, originally we were gonna go for something that's like, let's do a crazy song. Just turn to that in like a matter of seconds,
Yeah.
So that's kind of how that whole concept has started with everything. But it's just a song, man, it's really something that just falls right into the pocket of just like, it's super sexy, but it's also like heavy sexy, it's rock and roll sexy. So I love that, that industrial new metal, type of sound mixed with the sexy stuff is so cool. So I'm really happy how the record's doing. It's doing really well right now.
And so you started off, a career in photography, which you've done a lot of prominent people, a lot of great musicians. How did, like, obviously you're an artist, pure artist. Like, you're not a musician, you're not a photographer, you're an artist, right?
Yeah.
When did you realize that, oh shit, I am very artistic and I like to create?
Yeah. Well, I've always been like one to never be able to sit still. I always had to be doing something. And like as a little kid, that something was a lot of just like building and imagining and like having a vision in my head and then creating something for it, And so the same thing has applied with like photography and with music. It's just being very imaginative and then actually making that into real life, and creating that. So that's what really got me, going into it from a young age, especially with like my mom being an art teacher. So there was always just, creative energy in the house. So yeah, that really helped me a lot with that side of things.
It's very impressive, what you've turned in, what you've created, and everything you do. Like, I'm very similar. I do a lot of different things, but you just do everything at a high level. Is that your mind's eye, or is there years that go into this?
Yeah, I think for me, it's just having, like you said, like kind of the eye for what looks good, and having like that visual direction of like what's gonna, get the point across, visually. Sometimes, right, you don't always have the dollars or the funding to maybe do the video exactly at the level or how you want it, but the creative ideas can still be there. I mean, it doesn't cost anything to have a creative idea. That just takes time and thinking and digging, and sometimes it comes to you quicker, sometimes it comes to you later. But I always try to do everything at a high level, and just incorporating both mediums of photography and music was really cool. And I got into music because I did a fine art photography gallery in 2019. It was called Nightmares, right? And each image represented a different like insecurity or nightmare that we go through in our lifetime. And so they're all named after those things, right? And one was, do you give a fuck? Is this how it ends? Am I good enough? Why can't I feel anything? Am I alone? And can you hear me? Right. And when I had all those images up and I did the gallery, I was like, how cool would it be if there was a song, right, that I sing that represents what those images means and kind of what the story behind that is. So I made those 6 songs and they were horrible. I never put them out. I never put those 6 songs out, but from doing that, I realized, wow, I love making music and I want to add this into the repertoire of another form of the art medium, and since then that's been my number one focus, is just keep doing my photography like I do, but really just trying to become as best quality and as most influential and impacting with my music that I possibly can.
When you're growing up, do you notice you're different? Because I notice a lot of artists, like when they're growing up, it's a struggle to find out who you are, especially when you're younger, being a creative.
Yeah.
What did you have any struggles when you were growing up?
Yeah, hell yeah. So I was a special ed student.
Oh, no shit.
And so like I was in special ed classes all through school. And now looking back at it, like it's so funny. They were all reasons that are a positive and a impactful way that's helped me do the things I'm doing now. But when I was in school, those were like things that, were classified as special ed, which were like, he can never think about just one thing. He has a hard time focusing because, learning his cognitive skills and like everything just was basically, in a nutshell, right? If they were doing that back then, it was like, he's just too all over the place. His mind's scatterbrained, but that scatterbrain, that all over the place now, right, is what my whole career is based off of. So it's funny how they segregate in school, what is what. There's all these different learning curves and everything. But school was really hard for me. I had a much harder time. I had to work way harder to get the same result as someone else that could do it in 2 seconds,
Yeah. And that's me. Like, I am horrible at math. I would, when I was in college, I'd literally spend 5-6 hours a night just on math. And it's not like, to graduate college, you don't need like a big math or calculus or anything. You just need basic math, and especially my degree in psychology, so I know what you mean, scatterbrained. Also, with your scatterbrained, does that help you create? Like when you're doing, like for me, I have a magazine and I have a radio show and I throw events. Like I'll be just writing a magazine article and I'll stop and then go into something else. And like I do 8 different projects at one time.
Yeah, I feel that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm the same way. I'll be working on several different things at once, but I usually like to make a goal of completion of like, once I get to this point, then I can be done from this project and go to the next project. I don't like to leave things too unfinished. I have to have them finished to a level that I feel like, okay, I finished this step of it. Now I can move on to the next thing. But I'm the same way. I always got like a pen and paper right next to my desk with just like a list of shit I always got to do, like remind myself, because I don't want to forget stuff.
This is me. I swear to God, that's so fucking strange. I always carry a notebook around with me with the list of things I need to do.
Yeah, and it's different. You can put it in your phone, but something about writing it down and just having it sit in front of you at your desk or where you work all the time is way more effective than in your phone. Because it's in your phone, it's in a folder, it's lost. You're not forced to look at it. You'd have to go into your phone and go look at it. So there's definitely some pros of having it physically there, just sitting there all the time,
Yes, my man, dude. I've never heard someone have share that same part of my life with me. That's crazy. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Like, it means a lot. It really does. It means I'm not that crazy,
Yeah, I feel you.
One of your quotes that I love, that I read from your one sheet, was, turn all life experience, good or bad, into more art.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I feel. That's how I live my life. That's why I tell people who come to me for advice, you turn it into something. How did you come to that experience, or how did you learn that experience?
Funny enough, I learned it in math class from one of my math teachers. he said he said something like, find the positive in all good or bad situations, you know? And then from there, I was like, you know, I registered to me. I was like, damn, like, so true. In bad situation, there's still something to learn from and take and flip it into something good. And that's where that whole thing was. But then creating the whole, like, more art, I'm real inspired by Neil Gaiman. He's a real big time, like, just artist, writer guy and everything. He gave this speech at this art institute, and he would always focus on saying, hey, you know, as all artists and creatives, some of you aren't going to make money, some of you aren't going to make it. So what's most important that you can control is make the art that you want and make sure it's the best that you can make it. Because if you make no money and no fame, no recognition, then at least at the end of the day, you have something that you love. You know, don't try to do, because if you don't do anything that you love with your art and you're not happy about your art and you make no money and you get no fame for it and you don't really like it, then you have nothing, you know? So
Yeah,
that's where, like, I then I grabbed the whole piece of just like, damn, that's so true. Like, everything I do in my lifestyle is just all about creating, and just good, bad, happy, sad, whatever emotion you're feeling, turn it into some sort of art form. Use that energy and harness it, and create art with it, you know? And for me, that's, you know, photography and music. And sometimes just like storytelling. Like, I'm always, you know, writing down little movie ideas or short film ideas down that who knows when I'll touch them or if I'll ever touch them. But you know, again, imagining, right? The imagination that maybe then turn into what I do in a music video, you know? So it's like, you never know how you might use that art form later down the line if you don't have anything to use for it right away, you know?
what do you use to note your ideas down? Do you have a book,
Just,
or is it your
yeah,
phone?
no, just a little like notebook, and then I have a whiteboard. I'm always writing stuff on there. So
That's awesome.
yeah, yeah.
um One of the things that I saw that I thought was, your mom and dad have to be fucking proud as fuck. You have a billboard in Times Square. I mean,
Yeah, I
come
had
the
one up there
fuck on, dude.
yeah, yeah, that was really cool. This guy hit me up. He was like, "Yo, man, I really believe in you. I have some billboard space. I can pop your billboard up there, like the digital billboard up there in Times Square, New York, for a little while." And I didn't believe him really at first. It just sounded too good to be true. And then next thing you know, it was up in Times Square, New York, you know, promoting the song "Appetite." So cool. That was amazing. Huh.
Would your mom think about it?
She was just like, "Yeah," she couldn't believe it. Like, that's really Times Square. I was like, "Yeah, that's crazy," you know.
Are you
So that
are you from Cali, or are you from New York?
no, I'm not. I'm originally from Denver, Colorado, and then I
Oh
live
yeah,
in
you
California now.
are. I'm sorry.
No, you good. Yeah, I've been in Denver, or I mean, California now for about 4.5 years. Yeah.
What part of California are you saying?
Monterey Park.
Monterey. All
It's
right,
like
cool.
12 minutes east of like downtown LA.
Fucking hell, yeah, I'm about 45 minutes from LA and Ventura. Not sure if you
Oh
know
yeah,
it,
good
but
spot. I
it's
do know
awesome.
Ventura.
All right. So these are just a few questions that are sort of just to get to know you. What's your favorite horror movie?
Oh, um, yeah, that's a tricky one. Man, I cannot think. I'll list some that I know I like, absolutely love. I love Strangers. I don't know if you've ever seen Strangers,
Yeah, I
like
watch
the
it
white mask. That right.
every single Christmas. Me and my family, when we're putting up the Christmas tree, we watch Strangers.
Yeah, I love
It's a good movie.
Strangers. There's this older one. I can't even remember the fucking name. Gosh, it's so good, but I don't remember. But I'm a huge movie guy. I love all sorts of movies, and I love the movies where like someone goes missing and they have to find them. Like, there's a movie called Frozen Ground.
Uh-huh.
That's really good with Nicolas Cage in it. It's fire. It's so good. That's definitely one of my favorites for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. What is on your playlist right now? 3 songs.
Oh
You want
man,
3 in a row?
the first three.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see. I literally just made my new one the other day. So I got Marilyn Manson on here, Rob Zombie, Bring Me the Horizon, Stained, Nine Inch Nails, Corn, um, Slipknot, Deftones, Pantera, Trap, Ghostman, Linkin Park, Panic at the Disco, Puddle of Mud, 3 Days Grace, Drowning Pool, just to name a few.
Out of all the musicians that you've photographed, has there ever been a situation where you're starstruck?
Lil Wayne.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
I would
crazy.
imagine.
Yeah, shooting Lil Wayne, I was just like, what the like I'm about to like take a photo of Lil Wayne right now. Like he's in my company to have me do something for him. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
How do you get to that point in your life where like people are seeking you out for photography?
Like I said earlier, just making the best art you possibly can and making it about that. If you create something that's so good and so dope, they will come. The people will come. You know, you make something that only you can create and everyone can see how good it is, people will come. You build it and they will come, you know?
Who's your first main artist that reached out to you, and like how exciting was that?
First was I shot Mac Miller at Red Rocks before, and it was someone on his team that had reached out about like some photography stuff for when he was performing at Red Rocks Stadium in Colorado.
That's fucking awesome.
So yeah, that was the first one. Yeah.
What is your fantasy concert? Alive or dead? 4 people.
4 people?
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Stained. I'm a huge Stained fan. Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie, and maybe like Bring Me the Horizon. I think those 4 would suit me really well. Or Deftones. Fuck, I love Deftones. Can't believe I say that. Deftones for sure. They got to be in there too.
Yeah, that's awesome. You said you're a big movie guy. So what are some movies or what is your favorite movie of all time? Period. Any genre.
This movie called A Place Behind the Pines.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say I have one favorite movie. I got many, but A Place Behind the Pines with Ryan Gosling in it. Man, it's just the whole story is just like so real. It like you almost feel like you're in the movie watching your life put on the screen. Like they make you feel like you have transformed into the character and now you are watching, listening, seeing you. You know, like you're so able to just get like sucked into the screen and be like, wow, I'm playing this character right now. And you just feel everything about it. It was such a good movie. A Place Behind the Pines. Fire movie.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. So what do you have left, or what do you have next? I mean, you have such an amazing career so far. You know, photography, of course. Breaking the music. Your music is pretty fucking awesome.
Thank you.
What do you have next? Is it a different project? Is it a movie, or are you just doing music?
So, I mean, eventually I'd love to do some sort of movie thing, and I will eventually. But music-wise, I'm gonna put one more song out in December to wrap up 2021, and then in 2022, I'll release some singles. But I really want to release like a 6 or 8 song project. That'll be my first EP or album or project. I don't know what I'll like classify it as yet, but I really want that project to establish like this is Nathan James, the artist, visually, sonically, everything. It's just so crystal clear of like, damn, I get it, you know? And like the songs that I'm making and that I'm understanding that I like for me making and that is just coming just so seamlessly effortless right now is stuff that sounds like super sexy, like I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you, or something that's like I'm gonna punch you in the fucking teeth, you know, or a combination of the both. So it's like I'm gonna fight you, I'm gonna beat you up, or I just met this girl and she's fucking awesome and I'm gonna fuck the shit out of her, you know? So it's gotta be that combination of just something you can go crazy mosh pit to, or something that's just super sexy, you know? So that's what's a lot sound wise. That's what's gonna be coming from me in the future, and a lot of songs I have in the vault right now. So,
well, I want to say thank you so much. Thank you for your time today. We're gonna write a pretty dope article on you, and hey, I believe in you. I have faith in you too. Keep it going. Do your thing.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate that a lot. So it means the world.
No problem. Have a good one, bud.
All right, brother. Peace.